Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/MaliciousCompliance. Another horrible employee opens our video today, but don't worry, he got his dose of karma. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Coworker threatens me and expects my boss to yell at me. I work as a personal assistant in Sweden, so I care for a person with a disability. My coworker, let's call her Mandy. Mandy was always late for work, uses a lot of different excuses, the train was late, doctor visits, etc., etc. We are allowed to sleep, if anyone's wondering. Many times she said she had to leave early because she always felt sick. It was my job to make sure that if anyone got sick, I had to call everyone and see if anyone else could work the rest of her shift. If no one could, I had to work. And I was also responsible for fixing the schedule. So fast forward, she sent me a message and told me her mother was in the hospital and had to go. Sigh. So I called one of my coworkers, who's wonderful, and said he could work. So I wrote in the schedule that my other coworker took over at the time she left, so she'd still get paid for the hours she worked. The day after, I got a message that she wanted to get paid for sick leave, but I told her that the best thing is to ask our boss if she can get paid for sick leave because her mother was sick, not her. And wow, I got so many messages that I was a horrible person, that she'd tell my boss everything. I hadn't done anything except my job. I took a screenshot and sent everything to my boss and told her the next day. She was confused as to why she was so mad at me. Well, I just told her she should talk to you if she would get paid for sick leave, and she blew up on me. Well, my boss told me she's fired. Mandy had done so much more, but I wanted to take the most juicy one. Sounds like she was fired for a pattern of behavior, not just one incident. And our second story. Neighbor invites herself for dinner, doesn't like the menu. I've been a member of a neighborhood book club for about 2 years. The book we picked for June is newish, and some members have been having trouble getting it from the library system. I got impatient and bought a copy, so I offered to lend it out after I finished it. The woman who claimed it first, Polly, lives in my neighborhood and is someone I already know is pretty demanding. She always wants someone to do her yard work, give her a free cat. I'm afraid to find out what she does with all the cats, clean out her house, invite her to holiday meals, etc. I've obliged a few times, and even when you do exactly what she's asked, she somehow turns it into a production. So when she knocked on my door last night to get a book, I was fully prepared for her to complain about something. Me. Okay, here you go. When you're done, post it to the group so someone else can grab it from you. Polly. If I like it, I might keep it and read it again sometime. Is it good? Me. Actually, I'd like to keep it after everyone is done with it. When you finish, either pass it on or give it back to me. Polly. Oh, I thought you were giving it to me. Like I said, I'm going to keep it so I can't give it to you for good. Oh, okay. Did you eat dinner yet? I'm going to read while I eat. No, I'm just about to make something. Oh, what are you making? Now, here's where I should note that I happened to host the December book club meeting, which was also our holiday party, and I made a pretty big spread of food. I love to cook and develop recipes, and I definitely showed off a bit. Between that and my contributions to potlucks, most of the members know I'm a pretty good cook. However, summers get really hot and muggy where I live, and I hate it with a passion. I don't like getting my house all hot from the oven, so from about late May to the end of September, I basically live on salads, deviled eggs, avocado toast, and iced Americanos. Me. Just some avocado toast probably. I don't cook during the summer. What's avocado toast? I explain. Oh, that sounds good. I don't know what I'm going to make. I don't have much food in my house right now because it's the end of the month. And here's where it got away from me. I know she's on government assistance and my state isn't very generous with that, so I invite her in to share my dinner. She plays with my dog while I make the avocado toast and toss some arugula and lemon juice and olive oil. I even make us vodka tonics because I know that's her drink. We sit down to eat and she instantly gets stink face. Is this all you're going to eat? Yeah, I told you I was having avocado toast for dinner. There's salad, too. I thought you were going to have something else with the toast, like some meat. I don't really eat much meat at home, and I don't cook during the summer. I told you this is what I was having for dinner. Polly gives a big sigh and downs the 2 slices of avocado toast and 2 vodka tonics. Doesn't touch the salad. I offer her some fruit salad for dessert, but she doesn't want it because it has grapefruit in it, and she doesn't like grapefruit. Polly, I'm still hungry. Do you want to go to a restaurant across the street and get a hamburger or something? Me, knowing she'll expect me to pay. No, I'm full now and I have some work to do. Polly sighs again, obviously annoyed now, and stands up. She grabs my book, which I'm probably never getting back. Polly, I guess I'll go then and try to find something to make at my house. Me, okay, I hope you like the book. Remember, there's other people waiting on it, so please let me know when you're done and I'll pick it up from you and pass it on. It might take me a while. I have to finish my other book first. People are waiting for this one. If you're not going to read it yet, I'll give it to someone else first. No, I'm going to read it. I guess I'll have to read fast since you want it back so bad. Yes, please read it so others can get it before book club. Polly, just before she leaves my house, just so you know, when you invite people for dinner, you should have more food, like meat. People expect a nice dinner. Then she left without a single thank you for the book, the food, or the drinks. This morning she posted on the group asking if anyone's having a barbecue for Memorial Day that they could invite her to. I shudder to think what she'll say if someone uses the wrong barbecue sauce on their ribs. Unreal. I'd take free avocado toast any day. What planet do these types of people come from? I don't want to believe it's this one. Entitled coworker and supervisor cost the company thousands. For context, I work in a factory. In this factory, all our machines are set in different areas, and each area is a numbered team. Aside from the managers of these teams and the supervisor they all reported to, we also had floating machine operators who'd cover a team when there weren't enough people. One of these would double as a trainer. About a year or so ago, we hired a girl who participated in some questionable and dumb behavior, which ranged between getting blackout drunk every single weekend and wasn't of age to drink. She faltered in her work as an operator and made many dumb mistakes. We lost many parts due to her not paying attention, due to chatting or texting, and then falling off the end of the belt onto the floor. All parts that hit the floor must be scrapped. Sometimes I'd catch her attempting to pack these scuffed parts to be shipped out, and I'd have to stop her. She typically had a perma-dumb expression etched onto her face, which consisted of wide eyes and lips pouted like a duck. I'll call her EC for entitled coworker. ES will be entitled supervisor. GC will be good coworker. EC had the hots for the manager of my team, but he wasn't interested, and while trying to get with him, she began to spread rumors about any girl he talked to, even if it was just for a second, claiming that the person was sleeping with him. This girl spread a lot of rumors about nearly everything and everyone, even me. It was ridiculous. She particularly didn't like a friend of mine, a trainer that my manager talked to the most. The two had a strictly platonic relationship, but it didn't stop her from spreading more rumors about GC than anyone else endured, as well as sucking up to ES while bad-mouthing GC, flirting with him to get on his good side, and he fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Despite EC not being hired in yet, and still in her 3-month probationary period, he ignored the hired-in requirement for trainers and made up a reason to demote GC, then promoted EC to trainer. She'd hardly been a good worker, but now he had her in a training position. People cautioned him against this, but he persisted. This naturally ended up backfiring immensely. GC was peeved. She hadn't really wanted the training position to begin with. Every supervisor before ES respected an operator's decision to not be moved to this position. Training isn't for everyone, but ES hadn't, and now that she was finally enjoying where she was moved, he'd yanked it away over a BS reason and given it to EC of all people. And then it happened. EC encountered an issue with one of the machines and went up to a manager to complain that the machine would not verify a part. You'd place a part in a machine and it'd use a special camera to verify the part was up to spec. Then it would mark the part. It wouldn't mark it if the part was bad. Sometimes the part was good and it just needed to be readjusted properly in the machine. She told him that even her trick wasn't working, and the manager, now suspicious, asked her to explain. Apparently, EC had figured out a way to trick the cameras into verifying a part it had rejected if she placed her finger in front of it a certain way. Today, it wasn't working. He was horrified. After further investigation, it was discovered she'd taught every person she'd ever trained to do this. These parts go into cars, and a bad part could be dangerous. All the parts she and anyone she ever trained had to be recalled and looked through. Dozens of skids lined the aisles, stacked high from one side of the factory to the other. The process, which called for extra employees, cost the factory thousands, and weekly shipments were missed, which resulted in fines. She was fired. ES was gone shortly after to work for another company. Nearly every single person EC trained, save for one retrained by another operator who realized something was amiss, eventually ended up being fired by their managers because of her bad training. GC was begged by management to take the training position back, but she refused, threatening to quit if they made her do it again because she didn't like how she was screwed over the first time, and it took them a while to find someone willing and capable. It took a while for the company to recover and put us in the red for the client that ordered those parts from us. Entitled vegans at the steakhouse. So I was at a brand steakhouse in Michigan and was eating some steak, pan-fried eye of round with garlic fries and assorted veggies, when a couple new people, entitled vegan EV1 and 2, enter. I don't originally pay attention until about 5 minutes later when I hear some yelling. EV1, what do you mean you don't have vegan meat? It's an actual thing, Google it. Poor waitress says, ma'am, I'm sorry, but we just don't carry that product. EV2, that's discrimination. How dare you not have products that appeal to us? Would you feed pork to a Muslim? Poor waitress, we carry non-pork products because we specialize in beef. We aren't forcing them to eat pork. Besides, why would you come to a steakhouse for vegan food? There's a vegetarian restaurant just down the road. EV1, I don't care. We came here, now serve us. The manager walks up because he heard this whole clusterduck. Manager, what's the problem here? Your staff is refusing to serve us because of our preferred diet. She never said you couldn't order the salad. We have plenty of those here, as well as great mashed potatoes. I don't want that. Then leave. Sadly, the door is close to our table, so as they leave, they pause to tell us that we're crappy human beings for trying to enjoy steak. There's nothing wrong with being a vegan. Being an a-hole, however, is a different story. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.